is a tale of two signatures, to be told. The first half of the story is that because I am non-binary, because I am my signature is being accepted, and my now almost 11-month-old child is without birth certificate and without social security number, and because of that, now my services, food stamps, health insurance, housing are all now in jeopardy because I can't provide a social security number that I'm not able to get. So this is one half of my issue with civil rights right now, and the other half is the other half of their parenting equation. They were born to two different kinds of minorities. I am obviously queer, and their father is a black man, and he was involved with a neighbor who was having a mental health issue, and when the police got involved, they arrested him. The police report says that she doesn't want him arrested and doesn't consider him a threat, but that was not relevant. And he's been denied his speedy trial rights because they're acting like he signed a waiver to get rid of his speedy trial rights, and he has not. And every time he tries to assert his rights as guaranteed by the Constitution and by Oregon revised statutes, his microphone is muted so that the words can't go into the court record. It's been, at this point, it's been almost a year. And they're continuing to play games and put pressure and try to get him to obfuscate what is supposed to be a guarantee to all free citizens. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this is happening to a black man. I don't think it's a coincidence that my signature is being denied while I am transgender. I think it's foolish to say that it's anything other than because we're minorities. These are the types of situations with a signature being accepted or not is not something that most people have to think about. It's taken as a granted. It's also taken as a granted that if somebody forges your signature, that that's a crime against you, a form of identity theft. But for people like me and for people like the father of my child, we aren't guaranteed these basics. We don't have civil rights. It's that simple. We're dealing with overt corruption of justice. We have a sergeant in the correctional facility that he's being held in who's come forward wanting us to sue so that he can be subpoenaed, so that he can testify saying that he, in his professional duties, has witnessed the judges of Washington County and the district attorney knowingly breaking constitutional rights.
Are you willing to give your name?
Yes, my name is Sebastian Subhadra Wayne, and the father of my child, I guess I should ask his permission before so my name is Sebastian Subhadra Wayne.
Okay.
And our child's name is Sovereign.
Okay.
Because in this world, people might need a reminder.
Are you giving me permission to share
Absolutely.
this with others?
Please share this as widely as possible and call the legislators, call the governor's office, ask anybody who's supposed to be checking and balancing the judicial branch to please do so. We absolutely know that this is an issue. Last year, the Senate and the House signed House Bill 48, 2021, into law. It went into effect fully July 1st because we already know in government already knows that pretrial detentions has been an issue in Oregon. We already know that, and we've taken the actions within government to try and check and balance that. At this point, we need a class action lawsuit and counsel about whether or not qualified immunity has been lost. We're at that level of corruption, and we just don't have, I lost my housing during the eviction moratorium in an illegal situation, and when I called all the pro bono places, they said, normally this is exactly the situation we exist to help with, but because of the COVID moratorium eviction, we have to triage, and we're not able to help because your situation is anything other than a simple COVID eviction. So I was homeless when I got pregnant, and I was here in Corvallis, which is my hometown and the hometown of my father, of the father of my child, resettling after losing my housing, and he was up in Portland because he had a full-time job, and that's why he was in Washington County when this type of a thing went down, and why our nearly 11-month-old child has not been held by their father. We deserve speedy trial rights for a lot of reasons, but right now, while everybody's paying attention to really important things like the loss of our Miranda rights, and which means we can't protest safely, and abortion rights and many other things, there's also something that the Supreme Court has been doing that I haven't heard talked about as much, and that has been a reassertion of the right of the state, specifically to get things wrong in trial. If we make a mistake in a court proceeding, it's all right. That's qualified immunity still. We don't have to look at the evidence saying that we're humans and fallible. No, we're the state. This is why we fought an American Revolution, and more than half of Americans believe that another one is going to happen in a few years, that we are headed for a war. This is why we have to fix this, or we're going to have the kind of violence that I have not seen in my lifetime and that I do not want for my child's lifetime. So that's my story. Please share it, and please call as many people as possible that might have power over this situation.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.